Sailing to Byzantium, Yeats' journey in a sea of intellect. Byzantium in the poem is an imaginary city. A country of the poet mind is an imaginary land. The poem is broken into four stanzas, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Each containing 8 lines. There is a set rhyme scheme throughout the poem: an A, a B, an A, a B, an A, a B, and a C, a C. There is a rhyming couplet at the end of each stanza. In 1927, Yeats had written Sailing to Byzantium. Yeats announced that the country he has left is no country for old men. He felt out of that place. The title of the poem is a way to state that the speaker is not in Byzantium. We see that the poem happened throughout a journey. A journey is an important subject in this poem. If we concentrate on the word to, it is a directional preposition. We can say that there is a journey to a new place, looking forward, moving on, and not influenced by the past. Travel is appealing. Byzantium is appealing. By this idea, the speaker tried to make the readers think of this question: why we concentrate on a bad past if we can get to an appealing future. In Sailing to Byzantium, Yeats discusses the subject of existence. At first, he argues how the old men are neglected. He states that the images of joy, such as yacht and birds singing, are not the interest of the old. Life drives to death. Young people turn into age. There is always a cruelty change because of natural repeated changes. The poet tries to create a new way by traveling and leaving his place, seeking spiritual rebirth. He intends to limit the changes that form his life, and the first step for that is sailing to Byzantium. The change that may lead to spiritual rising and the cleansing can lead also to the possibility of having a mental picture or idea of physical renewal. However, the speaker will die like all people. He has a mental idea that there would be a time when he would be able to live again in and through art. Yeats states that birds in the trees, those dying generations are their sign. As a change that awaits, death appears and threatens all creatures, birds going on singing irrespective of whether they will die or not. The salmon falls, the mackerel The salmon falls, the mackerel crowd seas, fish flush or fall, commands all summer long, whatever is begotten born and dies. Yeats also shows that life takes control the minds of creatures. Humans do not often consider spiritual or philosophical questions which do not influence their daily life. Cut in that sensual music, all neglect, monuments of an aging intellect. Yeats wants to tell us that there is two types of music, sensual and spiritual one. The first kind takes almost of our attention and time. In a similar way, if we caught up in the matters of daily life, that will lead us to neglect existential and spiritual questions. Spirituality of man and the art combine together. The poet tries to find a way to pass and the art side the matters regarding the human body. He shows a frequent conflict to check out the position of the heart. Is it in the human body? Does the heart will decay and die, or it will have existence and life? How the soul be able to interpret itself? Soul clap its hands and sing and louder sing. The attractively energetic of the man soul saves the human race from painful deteriorate into futility. It is not the human who is clawing, it is his own soul. Therefore I have sailed the seas and come to the holy city of Byzantium. No place of life to live, it is a journey to Byzantium. It becomes a way to think of future and past time without concentrating on the present situation. Yeats concerns changing chaos around and inside him. He also emphasizes the fragility and weakness of life. Therefore, he demands his readers to struggle with anti-self, that self which created and imagined by him. Yeats states that soul can last forever. He also calls for the regenerate the universe again. On sages standing in God's holy fire, as in the gold mosaic of a wall, come from the whole fire, burn in a gyre, and be the singing masters of my soul. Consume my heart away, sick with desire, and fastened to a dying animal, it knows not what it is, and gather me into the artifice of eternity. Transforming to spiritual inspiration as type of complete change, as birth of death itself. There is a requesting to have a heart reform. It is a closely repeated beliefs of most religions that often showing the need to submissive to a divine power. Getting advanced in age is not the end of everything. It is not a start of a breakdown mentally. Sailing to Byzantium is considered to be as a contemplating and soul searching of things that leaves behind the age as the death coming near. There is a turns towards a change of rebirth, man can choose as a way and a solution for the severe emotional pain caused by watching his body become worse and degenerate. What is between physical and spiritual rebirth become difficult to understand and cannot separate clearly. Yeats imagines putting his soul in an art, an object or a situation which can achieve a model for all creatures. Yeats differentiates the human's souls or hearts from nothing more animal nature of a human body. Humans stuck in their body's heart cannot accomplish its true ability as art. Yeats, in his poem, states that no matter who or what we are, all creatures which have bodies going to decay quickly. The moment you are born, we start to die. That means there is definitely no difference between the human race and other creatures in the universe. Yeats insisted that mankind has the potential to be greater than just physically body that is only need a little effort and work. In the last stanza, there is a revelation that only thing that can save and protect us from the routineness of the whole is art. Yeats states that art exists in Byzantium, and humans have not to give attention to what can easily forgotten and neglect the permanent products of human mind, such as philosophy and art. Man is able to live and travel to that enormous sea of intellect. Humans are able to achieve that only if they are supported by the potential of the spirit, and only if they are able to understand what does spirituality mean.